You're welcome here. Welcome to you to today's trade ideas and signal and source analysis. So without wasting time, we're going to máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú níbi tí a fi kíní wa rọ̀ sí ní àná. So pẹ̀lú ibi tí a dé tí a dẹ̀ rí, pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tí a rí pé market ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, a máa gbìyànjú láti sọ wípé a tẹ̀síwájú pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tí a sọ ní àná wípé ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ibí ni a wà. A mú láti daily. Ìdí ni wípé structure clear. We have a very clear structure from daily. And yesterday I talked about how I was I talked about this particular level here on daily and the reason why we cannot go ahead to kind of uh pick our trace from daily. And I went ahead to discuss based on 4 hour something that, okay, we've done on Monday, we did our analysis on John Monday, actually analysis were through daily because of one very, very clear structure. So then mo jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ìgbà tí a ti kọjá internal structure àti 50% tó wà níbí wípé okay o on daily, we are expecting it to close, and we are not expecting it to close or even get to the high of this level. Internal structure to one we fẹ́ kí price débẹ̀ rárá. So then ìgbà tó dẹ̀ ti débẹ̀ ni mo ti sọ lánàá wípé okay, nǹkan tó lè mú kí price débi then ó ń jẹ́ kó yé wa pé òun ṣetán láti ṣe kíni, wípé òun sì fẹ́ lọ sí òkè sí ni. And with the fact that it did not close within the what is it called? Within the time with the fact that it did not close above the level or close within the internal structure, and at the same time we can see that it did close inside the internal structure, but nonetheless, with the fact that we didn't have a closure on Monday inside the something, then I about that, okay, we will be regarding our low 4 hour láti fi ṣe analysis wa. And there are two distinctions I made on Monday. And like I said, on Monday, I said, money, tí price bá ti lè close above, below level tá a wà níbí, then we know that we are selling. But if price wan enter there, tó bá ti lè lọ, tó dẹ̀ kọjá àwọn level yìí, then ìyẹn ti ń jẹ́ kó máa yé wa wípé òun ṣetán láti ṣe kíni, láti lọ sókè nìyẹn. Then àná náà the same thing. We talked about the same thing yesterday, and I made a very, very good something for us that if our adventure 4 hour closed above this level, if we work through it, then we are expecting some kind of reaction from this level here. About week through it till close, we'll be anticipating some kind of aggressive something. But if you see that this 4 hour closed above this level, then automatically can't more wípé ó ń jẹ́ kó yé wa wípé break of structure ti ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin yẹn one, and at the same time ó ṣetán láti ṣe kìíní láti lọ sókè. Then immediately tí a ti rí ẹsẹ̀ yìí níbí gan lánàá ni mo ti ń sọ wípé okay yìí it might be our next target for external liquidity, because normal this week low should be our target for liquidity, but with a kind of shift and pẹ̀lú gbogbo bí structure bá ṣe rí bí structure ṣe move, ó jẹ́ kó máa yé wa wípé kò ṣe kíni, kò ṣetán láti fàyè sílẹ̀ láti ṣe bí láti wá síbi. So it's an indication that we just want to take this slow before we go into the highs. So that might be the something. And when this price leg was created, a lot of imbalances within the leg. So we cannot totally say, okay, this is what we are anticipating at least. So nǹkan tó kù tá a wá máa ṣe lélẹ́yìí lénìí nígbà tá a ti rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mú látòrí oṣù tuntun láwa iná, and at the same time, but nonetheless tó bá jẹ́ pé structure là ń lo, a mọ̀ wípé gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ara wọn ni. So nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orí lower time frame, which is daily and 4 hour, we can use it to even determine what's going to come somehow happen on monthly and weekly. Àṣà àti rí mo sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bí internal structure monthly bó ṣe yẹ bọ̀, at least nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ojoojúmọ́ ni à ń wá nǹkan tá a máa capitalize lé lórí. Tí ò bá ti clear fún wa nìkan lórí 4 hour, we don't have clarity on 4 hour, that's when we go on daily. And on Monday, when we don't have clarity, with what 4 hour is currently doing now, we cannot actually project, with the way 4 hour is moving here and with the kind of structure is creating, then I'm on okay, SLA, these two legs are not for 4 hour because of the way it created it. So automatically at more okay, the leg belongs to higher time frame. And as you can see, it's a single candle, a massive double candle on daily, which is a very, very good indication of what is happening. And at the try at base structure one level, be okay, ká lo structure láti fi analyze it. So pẹ̀lú bó ṣe rí tá a dẹ̀ tó ti rí tó ti náwó nǹkan míì fún wa, a ti mọ̀ wípé okay, nígbà tí a ti kúrò lórí daily wa, a ti lè bá farabalẹ̀ sí orí 4 hour wa. So níbi tí adé dúró báyìí ń sìn ní orí 4 hour pẹ̀lú nǹkan tá a rí tí market ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, òun ni wípé okay, actually we have this closure above this level yesterday, which indicates the fact that okay, we are moving into the highs. So ìyẹn ti jẹ́ kó yé wa nǹkan tí a máa ní láti fọkàn sí láti máa okay. So even though kò easy ní àárín ní àná, torí a rí bó ṣe spend a lot of hours here. Imagine having this closure above this level yesterday. To have this closure, then it's an indication that we're going to be looking for buy. But on lower time frame, we didn't get to the 1 hour expectation. But on lower time frame, it generates what is it called, internal liquidity, and takes it. And I believe we are going to sell, of which we did sell from this high. I did sell, but I have two entry from the level. Entry méjì ni mo ní ní ibẹ̀ yẹn, but pẹ̀lú bí ó ṣe ṣe láti bí mo kàn rí wípé okay, a dẹ̀ rí level yẹn, ó dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tí à ń wò pé ó máa ṣe. Ó ṣe ìgbà tó ṣe, but kò fún wa ní proper mitigation ní àárín yẹn. Tá a bá wo àárín dáadáa, máa rí pé there is no proper mitigation of the level. Ó dẹ̀ to create a double something. So expectation mi ni pé okay, at least ó máa dé okay kó tó di pé ó ṣe. But my entry, I had an entry here, very short something, and it didn't even bother to do what to get to the level before coming. It came down, and at the same time, I just all of a sudden see a kind of reversal from the level, and we begin to move up again, which was somehow hilarious. And it wasn't easy, my brother, because only agbára gidi, because I personally mo ti believe wípé okay, I'm bored nísàlẹ̀. But pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó tún generate tó tún fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ wípé I'm bored nísàlẹ̀ náà, ó ṣe. But at the same time, ìgbà tó máa ṣe tán, kò fún wa bí a ṣe fẹ́. So I just but ìgbà tí mo tún wá sísàlẹ̀ yín náà again, tí mo wá rí pé okay, ó ti na ọwọ́ báyìí wá báyẹn, ilé wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe kíni, káwọ́ náà bí a ṣe máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rà ó. So ibẹ̀ yẹn ni mo ti wá yíwọ́ padà, tí mo ti switch sí high. Mo dẹ̀ rí pé okay, báyìí yẹn ṣe, but ìgbà tá a tún báyìí tán, bó tún ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn o. It give us another something from within this low. It wasn't easy, but we just have to hold our ground and accept our risk, and at the same time work with whatever is trying to do. So, but nonetheless, we are within this something, and we just continue. And from the reaction we are having from this level again, is the price will not just continue to do something. There is an imbalance is running into here, and as we can see, mitigation block is within this level again that it ran into. But nonetheless, market leads we follow. So the analysis we're just going to try and do this morning is okay, with the fact that we have this something. I believe personally that the market has shifted to the right side of the market. So we have this strong guy, strong everything, all these levels there, and they are still working. So what I'm going to do is let's just look for another pair to do some kind of analysis on, so that at least we'll be able to move from that level. So, okay, erase all notation. Then here we are in the market. Bí làwọn wá ń sìn. Ṣẹ̀yọ̀ kan náà la máa try. Wọ́n máa gbìyànjú láti lò. Òun náà ni structure. Tá a bá dẹ̀ wo structure wa dáadáa, a máa rí wípé a ti rí shift níbí báyìí báyìí, which is a major shift. And as a major shift in the market, major MSS. And tá a bá wo ibi tí ó tún ṣẹlẹ̀ àárín náà ni a máa ti rí wípé òkè ibẹ̀ yẹn ni eh, trend change ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣẹlẹ̀ because there is internal structure from within this leg that would have easily sent price lower from that level. So, and for the fact that it doesn't do that, it indicates that we are doing what at price we have a trend change from this level, and from this level, then we have a structure break and price continue to move. Then automatically here becomes our strong low. Moving forward, we can say that that place becomes our strong low, and it is onto this place that it create a weak high from this level. And as you can see, the weak high was taken. And the next leg, the leg that generated this something supposed to be this leg, and it automatically becomes our strong something, and here becomes our weak high again. But from the kind of reaction we are having from the level, we have a lot of things to be. And here becomes our strong glow, if we just strong glower. And with the kind of price action we are having from this leg, anything can happen from within this something. So personally, since this leg happens to be the something, and this particular leg is the leg that sponsor it, but from what we are seeing, since we have gotten another, what is it called? A weaker has been taken, and we are anticipating it closing above the level. If it's close above it, fine. If it doesn't, then we just continue to flow with the market. But at least from what we have here, this is another strong guy within the market. I mean, strong low rather. So I believe personally that money has been transferred to this from this leg to this leg yesterday, and from this leg now it has been transferred to this leg. So here happens to be our strong low, and we are anticipating our weak high again. So that will be our potential weak high, depending. Àti mọ̀ nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹsẹ̀, ó lè lọ síwájú sí, ó dẹ̀ lè padà wá sísàlẹ̀. But ibi ni strong low tá a expect kí price kó tó ṣe kíni kó wá close, and before at least ká tó sọ wípé okay bóyá price máa wá close ibì kan àbí kó close ibì kan. So automatically pẹ̀lú ibi tá a wá, ibi náà ni dealing range wa. Kò tí parí ẹ̀ o. This level is our dealing range, but it's yet to properly to finish the leg anyway. The leg is yet to be completed because we can see that our weaker is not yet completed. And what we determine, we have 1 hour 30 something minutes for this candle to close. Until this candle close, it is until then that we know maybe we are closing above this structure. Where structure it were broken, because it were broken, but you can see shaking in. But at least àwọn nǹkan tá a ṣe lè rí níbí until tí candle were close, òun ló máa determine a lot of things. But at least àwọn ibì kọ̀ọ̀kan wà. There are some places that we can look out for, and we have this fair value gap here. So which we can be expecting some kind of price action from. So we're expecting, but depending on where this market closes anyway. So that will be the major determinant of wherever we're going to happen. But mind you, this is London open, and that's the reason why we are experiencing all these things in place. But we have this fair value gap on something, but what can we see on lower time frame? This level has been taken, but nonetheless, we just continue to do what we continue to observe what is going to happen from that extent. Mind you, our dealing range is yet to be completed, and our weak eye is yet to be fully formed, because we are still expecting some kind of, until we have on lower time frame, until that 4 hour candle closed anyway. That's when we're going to begin to see that okay, maybe we continue to move in the eyes or not. So let's try and see what our Asian range, what it looks like. We can see the Asian range has been taken, and here might be 50%. If you check, the 50% lie perfectly within the imbalance. Then with whatever is going to happen, so let's try and pick what our projection will look like on on this level. Just try and see what our projection will look like from within this leg. We are the only problem now is this. with this type of reaction, I personally don't trust the something yet. This movement low is not something that I really trust. So still expecting some kind of higher prices movement. But our anticipation is waiting for this candle to close either above or below. So it is determine. I mean, this candle will determine many things that will be anticipating within the market. So I guess that would be our uh, that's what we're going to be waiting for. But personally, we'll be looking for buy at least with what we are having. On except, okay, so our projection now is this. Let's pick our projection. Now, this is 4 hour, and for today, we have this level being the low, okay, and that's our Asian low. And we can be expecting and anticipating the fact that it might protect the low because money has been transferred from this leg to this leg, and we are having this leg now to be sponsoring this particular one. So we can be anticipating some kind of, price action into this fair value gap, or because there is an imbalance here on something, and we can see that 50% range lie perfectly on that level. So can be expecting, but my projection, at least for today, will be buys. So what we're going to be looking for is to be looking for an opportunity to buy on lower time frame, depending on wherever it does. So the only thing that we change, so my projection for today is to be looking for buys anyway, and I'm not changing that yet. So, and I believe this leg is to be protected. And the only thing that will signal sell from this or something is for us to break below this low. We break below this low and we close below it, then automatically can start looking for sell. But for now, I'll be looking for buy. So that will be my two projections, at least for today. So for now, I'm looking for buy, regardless of whatever price action is doing, until we close below this low. So from here, we can see that there is no proper price action from this level anyway. But the only thing we can see from this something is this other block within this leg here. And we have this leg creating an imbalance and moving and surging up. But the only thing that I personally can level out to is this particular leg here, taken from this within this leg, and here can serve as my other block. And within this leg, I'll be looking for buy from within this OB here. As you can see, the OB covers fair value gap properly. And at the same time, we have this leg. So anything can happen from this particular place until we break below this OB, then until then that I'll be looking for sell. So it is from this something, but we can see the kind of reaction we are having from that level, and you having something from that level. So we have, okay, 8:30, we have some high impact news. So I can see Euro, there is Austria unemployment something, and it's an high impact one with Spain. So manufacturing PMI. So you can see the reason why we're having such great movement within the market. So that is that about that. But nonetheless, I'll be looking for buy from within this OB. So regardless, and the only time I'll be looking for sell is from this when this OB was breaking, I mean it's being broken below and closed below for that matter. So we have this strong glow also within the OB. So it's from within the leg, I'll be looking for buy. This is my strong OB, and as it is, I can even buy aggressively from the level. So far I have my stipulated something on this on the stipulated risk and it's something, so I can just easily buy my what is it called, my long position from the level, and it's just 25 pips in the market. It's a very long trade anyway. So that'll be, it was 75 pips. Really? No, 25, that's 125 pips return, 125. So that'll give us a perfect 125. So that would be my aggressive trade, at least from within this OB. So that would be an aggressive trade from the level. And as you can see, it goes very long way. It takes out all these levels within the market. Mind you, anything can happen. And like I said, we'll be anticipating the closure of this, what is it called? The closure of this 4-hour candle before we take any decision. But as it is, I can risk that 1 hour candle anyway. Yeah. So it's a risky something, but nonetheless, we are here to take risk. So anything can happen from within the level, this OB stands out. And personally, I can be buying from the level. But nonetheless, if we have a closure below this low, then automatically, I believe we can just continue to do what. So if you can hold 1 to 5, you can just go 1 to 3. Personally, I believe this trade. Yeah. So I guess that will be all. We're still going to come back. If I see any updates in the afternoon, I'll come back to do some sort of other analysis. But nonetheless, at least for this morning, we'll be stopping here. Bilama dúró láti máa stop at least for now. So daily, the currency is doing. And, okay, so as you can see, didn't have closure, not my determined. Nonetheless, just going, and going, and going, and going, and going. So the low of this one is 795, and the high of this one is 788. Remain a little bit for us to kind of. So at least that will be my analysis, at least for today. We'll be stopping here. So I'm looking for buy. Don't forget two things. I'm looking for buy from this level here going forward. But if peradventure we close below this low, we close, not weak. We close below this low. If we weak through it, then nonetheless, I still believe it. But if we close below this low and this all be, then automatically I'll start looking for say. But at least for now, so far we are above this level here. I'll be looking for buy. So that'll be all at least for now. Thank you very much. Have a profitable day ahead.